Usually, I don't have any beef with Eternal Return. I'm not very critical of them overall because I do love the game, but I have to speak up. First thing I have to say is preseason changes are fire. I'm not gonna lie. I love how the game is faster, looting is easier, and not just for me, but for new players as well. So now for the beef. Despite all of this, I feel like I'm the Squidward meme, and it's because Adriana is kind of in the shitter right now. Yeah, but all of our characters are bad at some point. It'll get buffed. It's been a hot sec, and I don't really like the direction Nimble Neuron's taking Adriana. So I'll be doing this message in 3 parts. 1, starting for a backstory of all the Adri changes in case you're new to the character. 2 is going to be my proposition of what they should do to fix her, because I'm not just going to complain, I'm going to try to give out my feedback. And then 3 is going to be ending this with song. So let's go back to season 2. That's when I started playing. When I would ask people for advice, they'd say, well, Adri needs Wick buff. And that's kind of stayed true through as long as I've played the game. If I want to get a win on Adriana, Wick buff is pretty essential. But the thing that was different when I started was there was 2 playstyles of Adriana. One was the attack or AP, and then the second was the amp or ability power. Amp was kind of disgusting in team modes because you could have all the entirety of the other team standing on your fire just getting grilled. So what they did was they nerfed the crap out of Adri's passive, and then they also pretty much put Fireball in the pit of despair. There might be a couple of characters who still build Fireball, but Adri certainly is not one of them. Along with this, I'd like to mention it also puts items like Instant Bomb out of Adri's rotation. Instant Bomb got reworked to be more of an amp item when Celine came out, so that is another weapon Adri can't use. So after that, we lost like half the Adri player base since a lot of the amp players didn't want to play the AP. Which, I'm going to be honest, I think it's okay that amp Adri isn't a thing. I think AP Adri is a lot more fun. It's obnoxious though when a melee can just run at you through your fire and not take any damage, or there's no punishment there. I think that is something that needs to be fixed. So despite being average in solos, she has always been a beast in squads. Why is this? It's because her CC is so good. Even without the flames doing as much damage as they did pre-patch, her CC and controlling the other team is just so valuable. Every nerf is kind of blamed on her being goated in squads, including my least favorite patch of all time. Adriana gets her R's landing time changed, so the further you are away from someone, the longer it takes to land. This killed the Adriana player base. She went from a character that you felt like you could sweat your ass off and control each fight, and it was really your fault if you died, to, welp, I hope they don't know how to dodge. Also, I'd like to say the W change was equally obnoxious. W used to check bushes, now you have to light the fire in the bushes, and it only still checks half the bush. So it's pretty obnoxious. With the W, I'm cool discouraging people sitting in bushes. There's going to be a lot less moments that look like this.
Especially with the oh no. Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately. Oh. Okay, there we go. He hits the root. Let's see which way H-Tone goes. Okay, he goes straight, which is not quite great for him. I mean, yeah, he just gets brought down so low.
But the revival of Adri has come, along with augments. The Frailty Infliction augment is really good. Everyone's using it. Suddenly, Adri gets back in the game. She's getting that damage back, and she can proc it really easy with her autos.
Way whatsoever, so that definitely could be an opportunity. Blue Petal, however, they're getting chased down. Yeah, this is the... Oh my god, look at the damage output from that Adriana.
Finally, I think Adri is in a solid spot again. But then comes a cracked KR player who gets second in the world on Adri, and she gets nerfed into the ground. Her Q damage, which was most of her damage at the moment, is getting nerfed along with her overall damage per level. Her ult charges also are doing less damage. On top of all of this, Frailty gets nerfed and is now being reworked to more of an armor pen augment than something that Adri wants. So people still make Adri work, but now the meta has shifted to an Adri who builds more tanky with Diamond Shard. You have to build 2 sticky bombs for the auto attacks. You really don't light your oil slicks on fire because the grounding effect is a lot more important than the little damage you get from your passive. And then I watch a lot of like KR players play Adri. They pretty much exclusively drop the R charges at your feet to create spacing. So there's no real point to throw long bombs anymore now that they can kind of just see where it's going and dodge. So Adri overall went from a character that you could get loose and crazy with and was a lot of fun to a character that is now like, ew, don't touch me, I'm scared. And I really don't like that direction they're taking her in. So here are my recommendations for change. I have 2 routes the devs could take, and here they are. Number 1 is the obvious, and you gotta put more damage back into her abilities. Her Q, her R, even her passive. She got like +2 attack buff the last patch, but let's not be coy with it. Let's give her a fatty buff. Really, let's get her back into the meta. And then the second idea, if you don't want to put more damage back into her kit, let's revert the R change. Even if the damage isn't there, I feel like if I can control a fight and I get that feeling back of, oh, I fucked up that fight, that's why I lost, that people are going to start picking her up again. Also, I'd like to say generally, I think it's really frustrating when a character is really good in squads and then gets nerfed in all modes because of it. But also, my last and probably most controversial point, in my video games when I have a character that is high skill but high reward, and the top players are taking advantage of that, I think it's a good thing. What made me fall in love with this game was watching players like Huni, who is ranked number 1, play Adri. For me, watching a top player use characters like Sua or Aya is fine, but I think there's really just something special about watching a top player pilot a hard to play or high skill ceiling character. And that's just something that's not in Eternal Return right now. But thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and I will leave you guys with this song.
I can't keep up. Guys, I'm so excited. I'm sorry. I know that this hasn't been my best work, but I'm sorry. This is Huni just showing us what Eternal Return is.
I miss the old Adri. Don't miss your alt Adri. Diet's your fault Adri. Starting a cult Adri. I hate the new Adri. The always lose Adri. No rest to choose Adri. Get nerf confused Adri. I miss the sick Adri. The combos clicked Adri. Gotta say, at that time I'd like the one trick Adri. See, they invented Adri. There were so many Adris, and now I look around and there aren't any Adris. I used to love Adri. I used to love Adri. I even copped a new skin. I thought I was Adri. What if Adri made a song about Adri? Called her Miss the Old Adri. Man, that'd be so Adri! That's all it was, Adri. We still love Adri. And I love her like the dev team loves Jackie.
It's over? Nothing left to burn?
And that's all I got for you. And Eternal Return, feel free to use this as your next background song to put into the game. Feel free. I'm really hoping this video ages poorly, but we'll see. Best case scenario, next patch comes out, maybe it's titled, I heard you guys miss the old Adri, here's some buffs. That is my ideal world. I think I would cry if that happened. So let's hope for the best, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.